One Jake Paul and Conor McGregor, reportedly set for 2025. Bout Jake Paul is reportedly set to fight UFC superstar Conor McGregor in a highly anticipated bout planned for mid-2025 in India. This development comes despite earlier talks of McGregor facing Jake's brother, Logan Paul. The rivalry between Jake Paul and Conor McGregor has been ongoing since late 2020, with both parties exchanging insults and taunts over the years. McGregor, who has not fought since a leg injury in his 2021 bout with Dustin Poirier, is expected to return to the ring for this clash. Former UFC fighter Matas Mendonsa suffers unusual injury. Ex-UFC star Matas Mendonsa was hospitalized after fracturing his penis during a grappling training session. The injury occurred when a teammate's knee hit his genital area, causing severe pain and a noticeable lump, prompting an emergency ultrasound and surgery. Mendonsa is expected to be sidelined for 2 months, unable to train or teach. To support himself and his family during this period, he is auctioning his old UFC gear. Mendonsa holds an 11-3 record, having secured a UFC spot through a victory on the Contender Series, but lost his subsequent 3 bouts. He has since bounced back with a win against Luan Matheus. Ian Gary criticizes Kamaru Usman for declining fight. Ian Gary has expressed disappointment after former UFC welterweight champion Kamaru Usman declined a fight against him. Gary, who previously admired Usman, felt his perception changed after the refusal, considering it a sign of weakness. Gary subsequently fought Shavkat Rakhmonov, but lost the decision at UFC 310. Usman, who has not fought since losing to Khamzat Chimaev in 2023, remains unbooked and has faced criticism for his inactivity. Despite the setback, Gary plans to return to the octagon in mid-2025, aiming to fight 3 times and win the belt next year. Israel Adesanya to headline UFC Fight Night in Riyadh. Former UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya is set to participate in his first non-title fight in 6 years against Nassourdine Imavov. The bout is scheduled for February 1st, 2025 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Adesanya has competed in 14 consecutive UFC pay-per-view events, defending his middleweight title 7 times. After consecutive losses in title fights, this upcoming bout marks his return to a UFC Fight Night card since 2018. Adesanya remains focused, stating that it does not feel any different and he still gets paid, emphasizing his determination to halt Imavov. Alexandre Topuaria's UFC debut, scheduled for February 9th. Alexandre Topuaria's UFC debut is confirmed for February 9th, 2025, at UFC 312 in Sydney, Australia, where he will face local fighter Cody Haddon. Topuaria, with a record of 5 wins and 1 loss, has experience as a coach for his brother Ilya, the featherweight champion. Haddon, boasting 8 victories and 1 defeat, debuted in the UFC with a win against Dan Argueta and secured his contract through Dana White's Contender Series.